I'm just gonna let this video play.
We were first to bring you here on News 5 at 6. A man traveling across the country on a mission to find a young girl here in Ohio, one he had been stalking for years.
News 5's Tracy Carlis broke the story Monday, and today she spoke with the girl's family in a story you will only see on 5.
For weeks, Timothy Nielsen wandered a Brunswick neighborhood, according to police. We're told he was living in nearby woods and knocking on doors. Neighbors thought he was homeless.
He seems lost. I don't know per se if it's 911, but he just seems mentally ill.
But it turns out police say his reason for being in that neighborhood was sinister. Police say 5 years ago, Nielsen saw a then 8-year-old little girl on YouTube making arts and crafts. That's when he started making inappropriate comments. The girl's parents shut the page down. A family representative told me today the page was constantly monitored. In fact, I'm told the girl's mother saw the comments immediately and, quote, shut everything down. The spokesperson told me the family called authorities, who they say told them he was no risk. Quote, he was too mentally unstable to take care of himself, let alone travel to Ohio. Really, there is no risk because he is so far away. The family thought it was over, but the nightmare was just beginning. Police say Nielsen had been cyber-stalking the girl for years, and he figured out not just the city where she lived, but the neighborhood. Police say just weeks ago, he made the bold move to travel from Gresham, Oregon to Brunswick, Ohio in hopes of finding the now 13-year-old girl. In this body camera video from the Brunswick Police Department, he tells the officer he was looking for a date.
Trying to get a date with the girl on the internet. I've been after her for 5 years and I haven't heard nothing from her. If I find her one day, that's fine. If not, I can leave.
The family says the 43-year-old didn't know it, but he was at their doorstep. They, too, thought he was homeless until the girl recognized his voice. And that's when our heart sank, the spokesperson told me. This is Ring doorbell audio provided by the family. They are too concerned for their safety to share the video.
12 years old, that is what scary. People for things never get scared. Like you're on that? 12 is very old. I was looking for a 6-year-old.
The family is frightened, worried, and concerned for their safety, but told me they want other parents to know this could happen to anyone because they had safeguards in place to protect the little girl. Quote, this was not a relationship. There was no back and forth communication. There was never a connection between the two of them. He locked onto her, and despite the protections before and after this happened, he ended up here 5 years later. Right now, Nielsen is locked up in the Medina County Jail on a menacing by stalking and importuning charge. The family fears the charges are not tough enough. They have an emergency protection order.